seems to me that there's something barbaric about a pair of men slinging snakes into a burlap bag while spectators whoop themselves into a frenzy, rooting for somebody's luck to run out so the loser will have to forfeit the ambulance deposit. But it's the snakes who are out of luck. There they are, peacefully sunning themselves on a warm rock after a cold winter, when a rattlesnake hunter shows up. Next thing they know, they've got a starring role in the sacking Olympics. But fame is fleeting, and they take their curtain calls at the snake factory in Waco. For $4 a pound, live weight, the skins are turned into belts, boots, hat bands, and billfolds. The rattles and heads and skeletons into keyrings and jewelry, and the meat into gourmet goodies. Even the insides are good for something. Powdered, the gallbladder brings $3,000 an ounce in the Orient, where it's prized as an aphrodisiac. After only a couple of rounds of snake sacking, I was already on the side of the animal rights protesters who were marching up and down in the parking lot, carrying signs that said things like, "No fun for the snakes," "It's not cool to be cruel," and "A voice for the voiceless." I agreed. It was time to speak up for the snakes or leave. On the other hand, my reason for being here was still here. Tall, dark, and not quite handsome in jeans and a blue denim work shirt with the sleeves rolled up. His name is Mike McQuaid. I met McQuaid 5 or 6 years back when he was with Houston Homicide, and I was a defense attorney in a firm that defended big-time clients who were not always as pure as the driven snow. 4 years ago, I got fed up. I cashed out my retirement, stepped out of the fast lane, and found myself in Pecan Springs, a small, quiet town located halfway between Austin and San Antonio on the rim of the Texas Hill Country. I bought an herb shop in a century-old stone building with living quarters in the back, met my neighbors, and made some friends, and settled down to discover whether there's any truth to the rumor that a high-powered career isn't the only ticket to a life of success and happiness. A year or so later, McQuaid showed up. He had traded his badge for a PhD and his homicide assignment for a teaching job in the Criminal Justice Department at Central Texas State University on the north side of Pecan Springs. It didn't take long to figure out that our relationship was something larger than simple friendship, but we've kept it casual, or I have. Until McQuaid, I'd never had a commitment longer than 3 months, and a wedding ring was the farthest thing from my mind. While other women were watching the biological clock, I was ticking off the career advancements. McQuaid leaned one hip against the counter and popped the top on a cold Lone Star. "If you want to go to Dottie's, for Pete's sake, go," he said. Dottie Riddle had asked me to come over that afternoon to see her new cattery. Some people rescue old cars, others rescue beached dolphins and whales. Dottie rescues stray cats. Her new cat hotel houses over 100 animals, and there's a waiting list. I don't share Dottie's passion for cat collecting, but that doesn't keep me from liking her. I looked at McQuaid. "You won't mind if I leave?" "Hell no." McQuaid pulled at his beer. "What I mind is you're standing around like the SPCA taking names." "It's that obvious, huh?" "You've been glaring at every person who buys a ticket." "So let her glare," Barry Hibbler said, stepping into the ticket booth. "Stick a sign in her hand and put her out in the parking lot. We need all the protesters we can get." I stared. In pink and yellow striped shirt and purple golf pants, Barry looked like a cheerleader for the Rainbow Coalition rather than president of the local boosters and a prominent real estate broker. "You want those protesters out there?" "When it comes to publicity, those crazies are worth their weight in rattlesnakes."